I'm here with Phillip of Nyktophobia to talk about To the Stars, out July 5th on Apostasy Records. First of all, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me about the record. How are things going with you?
Yes, totally glad that we managed to finish the album and can release it in the next month.
Wow, it sounds like it was quite the endeavor, like climbing Mount Everest. Was it like that?
Yes, a bit it was like that. The songs were 2 years old until now, and we lost our former drummer in while we created the new album, so we had to find a new drummer. And the vocal recordings were also a bit troubled because of health issues. So yes, it was a long period we have to endure.
By listening to the record, I would never guessed that this album was your version of Mount Everest because the album sounds seamless. It sounds amazing. I love what you guys have created. I would have never guessed. I equate you guys to the most Finnish sounding German melodic death metal band in the world.
Thank you. Yeah, did not try to make something new. We are very conservative in what we want to do, and so we there were no experiments on this. So we had a vision what we have to, what we will, what shall the output will be.
Speaking of that Finnish influence, if I didn't know you guys were from Germany, I would totally think you guys are from like Helsinki or something like that, because you guys don't sound necessarily like a German band making
Mm.
melodic death metal. You sound a lot more Scandinavian, um, or Finnish, if you will, because I know Finns don't necessarily think they're Scandinavian at times. But anyhow, the point being, you guys have that sort of sound to you. Where does that influence come from?
Yeah, I have to say, because I don't write the music, the songs. Micha writes the whole music on the guitar. I know he's a '90s kid. He likes death metal of the '90s, In Flames, Gates of Ishtar, Dissection, but also things like Iron Maiden. He is a big Iron Maiden fan, and I think in the lead guitars you can hear it. And I, for myself, I try to make the lyrical concept. I'm very influenced by Scandinavian black metal bands, but also death metal, like the classics like Entomb, Grave, and so on.
And you mentioned the lyrics and the concept. Can you share a little bit of the lyrics and the concept on this record?
Mm. Yeah, in the beginning, when we started to write new songs, the next album should be a science fiction album. And in that case, we started. There was no really concept, so the songs are not linked to another. But every song is a bit, of science fiction. What we like about movies, about books, about gaming things, and all things we like and that influence us.
One of the things that I thought was really interesting on this record is that every song has its own story, every song has
Yeah.
its own journey, but the sound on every song, like if you look at the title of the song and you listen
Yeah.
to the song, the sound represents that title perfectly. Like there's no questions. It's like if I'm, the song To the Stars, for example, it sounds sci-fi. The sound on the track feels like you're leaving the safety of your planet and going somewhere else that there's a little bit of an unknown. You guys were able to create a very distinct fingerprint sound-wise on every single song that represents the lyrics. Did that take time to achieve that balance between those two worlds?
Totally. The music is the first step, and it's the hint where we can go. And to write the lyrics for one song does a lot of work. I'm a very perfectionistic, and want to try to take the atmosphere that the music has into the lyrics, and I'm not finished when it doesn't work.
How long was the process for you from a lyrical standpoint? How much time did it take you?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It takes maybe half a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Definitely something that doesn't happen over a weekend of watching Bundesliga, that's for sure.
No, no.
It takes a lot.
I have to lock up in my room, and nothing else should disturb me, and then I can write lyrics.
So do you listen to the sound and allow the sound to inspire you in terms of what the lyrics then are going to become?
Yes, I also I read a lot of things to get ideas also, but I have to listen to the song 100 times so it I can feel what the atmosphere is and what it means.
This album has great guitar sound. Is that musically? Is that the starting point for any track? The more melodic side of the sound.
Yes, Micha, our lead guitarist, he plays guitar, and that's the first step in writing music. He takes his guitar, and that's the foundation of everything.
And do you start off with the more melodic leads, or does he go in a different direction and bring it all together? What's the spark that lights the fire?
Yeah, I think when I'm right, he tries to find a cool melody, and all the other things, the bass, the rhythm guitars, shall follow the melody.
And for you, who's some of the guitar players that have influenced you as a when it comes to your own playing style?
For me, there are a lot. I don't can name a special guitar player or bands. When I was learning guitar, I played a lot of punk rock, later black metal, and that's where I come from. And yeah, there were in my youth the bands like Dimmu Borgir, Gorgoroth, Immortal. And yes, in the last year since I play with Nyktophobia, I try to learn more about melodic death metal, and it's a different playing style, and I have to learn this.
You have to adapt, if you will. One of the things I noticed in the sound is that the melodic side of the sound of the record was a little bit separated from the heavier side of the sound, like when you have the drums and how heavy the drums are. A lot of that obviously also comes down to the production. So, who did you guys work with production-wise on this record?
We worked with how is it called? With with the same studio like What Was Forever, with Bogren, because the last albums sounded totally perfect for me. I was sure there would be no opinion to make it even more better. That was a fault. I think the new album is really, really good, much better. And so there was no no need to try a new studio. Um, we recorded the guitars and the bass in another studio because the former studio was cancelled. That was also good, and I don't know. I'm no technician. If that's the case, why it sounded more good, but yeah, it fits.
I think this record sounds even better than the previous record, but which is,
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, you always look forward to the next record sounding better and being better, and this one definitely does that. Now, when it comes to the vocals,
Yeah.
where do you see, from your standpoint as a band member, where do you like to see the vocals mixed in within the sound in order for Nyktophobia sound to be Nyktophobia sound?
Yeah, I think one clue is that we try that we have two vocalists. I think that's the thing that works for us. And also, what's very important for me, that the songs, yeah, you can remember the songs because of the refrain and the hook lines and so on. That's totally important, I think.
And do you have when it comes to the vocals and putting them down, do you work with the vocalists when you're putting the lyrics together, or do they give you any ideas? Is there a collaboration between you and the vocalist when it comes to putting these vocal lines based on the lyrics that have been written?
Yeah, as a second step, first I write down my ideas and I record it at home, only alone. And but I have to think. Here's another style than me. I can't sing as he does, and so I try how would Thomas sing this and represent it, and then he yeah, interprets it and does his own thing of it.
Do you enjoy the? I know it's a difficult process. You immerse yourself in that process. You close the door of the room and you start working on it. But do you enjoy writing the lyrics for the records?
Totally, it's a lot of work. Sometimes it's annoying when there comes no idea, but finished, you're totally proud on it.
What gives you more satisfaction when you finish writing the lyrics to a song or coming up with a new riff idea for a new track?
Because I have to write the lyrics. It's the thing that's my duty. So this is more important for me.
Do you have on the riff side? Do you have a favorite riff on this record that you really enjoyed playing? Do you have a favorite song?
Yeah, I think so. There's no very yeah in special riff, but I like Millennium. That's our first single from the new album. It's a totally easy song from a technical side, but the atmosphere is totally cool, and it's from my point of view the most darkest song on the album. So this is what I like the most.
That's where your black metal influences come through.
Yes, maybe.
That's why you have that little bit of sense of comfort with that little bit more of a darker sound.
Yeah, that's true. When I started with Nyktophobia, I had to, yeah, I need a warm up to get into this melodic stuff, and so it's still there.
You're like these guys are too soft. We need to make things a little bit darker.
Yeah, we need the hard side. We need the deep rhythm guitars and especially the crazy drummer.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. When it comes to this release, the album comes out July 5th. What plans do you guys have after the release? Are you guys planning on doing any shows? What do you have in mind?
Yeah, until now, we plan two shows. I have to say only two. I would like to play even more. We play on the Rock Arts Festival on the 4th of July. And on in August we play on the Summer Breeze Festival, both festivals in Germany.
Hmm.
Yeah, both big festivals with big, cool bands. I'm totally glad that we have the possibility to do it.
That's exciting. I mean, two massive festivals, I would say. for you guys to play. How much of this new record is going to be part of that set list for those shows?
Um, we will play 2 new songs, I think. That's the plan until now. Because until then, we will release the album on 5th of July. When we play more songs of them, nobody knows it. When I'm a guest on a concert, I have to know the songs from my point of view. So we don't play unknown songs, only the 2 singles we have videos until now.
One last question for you, and I think this is going to be a difficult one for you to answer, because I think if you knew the answer, uh, you know, you would have the answer that I'm looking for, which is, how come you guys sound so good? How come you guys are such a strong melodic death metal band that does it properly, like in a very traditional melodic death metal sound in terms of the mixing, the sound, the vocals, the approach? And I feel like you guys are one of the most, you know, undiscovered bands when it comes to melodic death metal. Like, people should be talking about Nyktophobia when it comes to that genre, and I feel like you guys don't get necessarily the exposure that you deserve. Do you have any idea why that is?
Maybe a little in comparison to bands I played before. In Nyktophobia, it's not honest, but there isn't so much democracy. Micha writes the songs, and he writes this on his own. We can fix some things in the end, but he's a fan version. And I write the lyrics, and everybody has had his work to do, and we don't have to speak and discuss everything because everyone has his own part, and yeah, they fit together in the end. And for me, that works better than the endless discussions I have in my previous bands.
Yeah, but is that, but that to me is a positive. But how does that or what hurdles have you guys encountered in order for the band to grow even bigger, in order for to become more of a household name? Because I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and
Mm.
I don't remember you guys ever releasing a bad record.
Mm.
The albums get better with every release, and somehow I feel like, you know, more people should be listening to you guys.
Yeah, I often think so. Um, I think, yeah, that there's some problems other bands also have. We lost our drummer, that was a problem. To record the new album took longer than we thought, and I especially think we don't play enough live shows to become more public. And yeah, I by myself, I play music to play concerts, and that's what we in the future think we should do.
I think you're right. That, and you need more TikToks.
Yeah, maybe this also. I think we have channels. We have Instagram, Facebook, and maybe TikTok. I'm not sure. I'm not into every social media platform,
You have
but
to get
that's the business.
yeah, you have to get Thomas to do some TikTok videos of him singing in his underwear or something like that. I don't know, that
Yeah,
stuff
that would be a good idea.
that's going to go viral, and then, you know, you know,
Yeah,
at the very least would be very entertaining.
yeah, totally. I also would love to see it.
See, like, it's not just me. I think the world needs it. So
Yeah,
we just have to convince him that the world needs it, and so therefore he has to do it. So keeping my fingers crossed that that's what you guys are going to do next time around. But until then, this album comes out July 5th on Apostasy Records. Great record by you guys once again. Unbelievable, this album. I love the theme, I love the concept, and I love how you guys delivered it. I can't remember the last time, like I said earlier, where I'm listening to a song and I look at the title of the track, and the title of the track and the sound are the same. And it was just really easy to follow the story, to follow the concept when you guys create this symbiosis between the lyrical content, the story, and the sound. So magnificent job.
Thank you very much.
Take care, man. All the best.
Yeah, also, thank you.